This is State Representative Cindy Ryu. We are in the 32nd Legislative District today. We'd like to show you some of the highlights of the 32nd District, so come with me. Here we are at Edmonds Community College. Opportunity for all is a core value for me. A college education is the surest ticket to the American dream. Yet, the price of college has made that dream out of reach for many middle-class families. So this year, we actually cut tuition for the first time in history. We also put $41 million in scholarships for high-demand majors in science, technology, engineering, math, and healthcare. Then we put more funds into computer science and engineering. That's a good start. And I'm not satisfied yet. Not when student loans are the size of home mortgages. Not when smart college kids with good grades are dropping out their junior year because of money problems. Higher education is the foundation for our state's economy and the place where opportunity for all becomes real. We can do a better job of giving every student a chance to work hard and earn a college degree. We're at the Montlake Terrace Senior Center. Today's parents and grandparents suffered and sacrificed to give us a better life. They built the dams that power our state, the schools and universities, the parks and prisons, the interstate highways and bridges. Today, our population is growing, and our kids and grandkids need us to step up and build a better Washington for them. I'm happy we passed the construction budget to build schools, parks, and college lecture halls. And it's great news that lawmakers passed a transportation package to replace old bridges and help fix traffic gridlock. Those projects will create more than 200,000 jobs today and a better future for generations to come. Here we are at the Richmond Beach Saltwater Park. Washington State is blessed to have places like this Richmond Beach for our families to enjoy. There's a big debate in Olympia pitting the environment against jobs. I believe that's a false choice. You don't have to choose between jobs and a clean environment. A clean environment creates jobs because it makes people want to live here or visit as tourists. And new jobs don't have to poison our forests and water. The biggest environmental issue right now is oil trains. You probably live or work near a railroad track, or your kids go to school near one. Oil trains are carrying explosive crude right now, and people are right to be worried about trains derailing and exploding. It would be a disaster. I've joined other lawmakers in pushing for tougher, safer standards and better emergency response if the unthinkable happens and one of these trains goes off the rails. Here we are at the Meridian Park Elementary School. Education is the biggest issue to most voters and the number one issue for lawmakers. How can we give every child a great education as required by our state constitution? This year, we put $1.3 billion more into public schools, smaller classes for kindergarten to third grade, all-day kindergarten, and we also gave teachers the first COLA since the Great Recession. There's still more to do on education. The Supreme Court says schools still need more funding, especially when wealthy school districts can afford to give kids a better education than middle-class neighborhoods. Washington State's future and prosperity depends on brainpower, on winning the race for the best jobs in the world. I believe our kids deserve a fair shot at these jobs, and that means giving every child, rich or poor, a great education. Here we are in Seattle, in the Greenwood area. Consumer protection is a passion of mine. I'm happy to say that we successfully defeated the payday lending bill, Senate Bill 5899, which passed the Senate and died in the House of Representatives. Payday lending takes advantage of average families. There's a good reason why the military doesn't let GIs get payday loans. There are other battles still being fought to protect consumers. All too often, people are at a disadvantage because only the richest citizens can afford to hire an attorney and spend $30,000 going to trial. This is why we need a strong state law to protect you from being ripped off and to provide justice if you fall victim to predatory business practices and scams. Here we are at the Four Freedoms Apartments in North Seattle. You can measure the worth of a society by how it treats the vulnerable: small children, seniors, the developmentally disabled, and wounded veterans. In Washington State, we believe in neighbors helping neighbors because misfortune can strike any family at any time. I fought to protect funding for children, seniors, and the disabled. We pushed against cuts to kids, seniors, and the disabled who suffered far too many budget cuts during the Great Recession. We added $100 million in funding for mental illness, which can happen to anybody. Also, we invested $75 million in low-income housing. Average people, especially seniors, are having a tougher and tougher time finding affordable housing. I'm interested in your family story. Have you had trouble finding an apartment or a home that you can afford? Those were a few highlights of the places and issues of the 32nd Legislative District. I hope you join me again, and I hope that you will keep in touch with me by email, by phone, or even by letter, and let me know what's happening, because Washington State and the 32nd District can only get better with your involvement.